Hello and welcome guys, and welcome to this short vlog. And yes, in this short vlog I'm going to discuss about two important updates which have been come by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. And yes, one of the update is relevant for CMA final students for the upcoming examination also. It's a very important notification which has been released by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Plus there's a circular which has been released by the Cost Accountant of India, Institute of Cost Accountants of India. I'm going to discuss both of them in brief in this particular video. The first notification relates to courtesy letter being sent by the previous cost auditor to the new cost auditor. Guys, it is known as courtesy letter, which means that whenever a new cost auditor is coming into the company and the old cost auditor is leaving the company, the new cost auditor must necessarily communicate with the old cost auditor and discuss the reasons for his resigning from the post of cost auditor, or at least discuss something about why is he leaving his work. Because guys, in this world no one will want to leave his work, okay? No one will want to leave his earning source. So if a cost auditor is resigning, if a cost auditor is going out of the company, then the new cost auditor must communicate with the old cost auditor and in writing through a letter, and communicate to him the reasons, ask him the reasons why is the old cost auditor moving out of the firm. That is the concept of courtesy letter, which has been reinforced by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Plus there are penal provisions which have been imposed on this particular miscompliance. If you do miscompliance in this particular aspect, which means if a new cost auditor fails to send the courtesy letter to the old cost auditor, then you will be penalized under the professional misconduct. Now from here comes the important update for CMA final students. So all the CMA final students who have cost and management audit group 4 paper in the upcoming examination, please remember that part 1 of schedule 1, okay, we have studied part 1 of schedule 1. According to part 1 of schedule 1, now this is an offense of not sending courtesy letter to the old cost auditor. You have to send the courtesy letter to the old cost auditor, otherwise it will be an professional misconduct. So a question can be asked from this particular part in the examination, because it's a recent development, not a recent development actually. I've made a video earlier also whereby the institute, not in as many words, but has specified that courtesy letter should be sent. Institute has said this thing in earlier communication also. Now it has reinforced it, and penal provisions or disciplinary provisions have been imposed. That is a different thing, but this provision was very much in vogue. So what does it say? It says mandatory communication to the previous cost auditor. So to the previous cost auditor you need to mandatory communicate. In view of the decision taken under this meeting, council has reiterated, because it was already said in the earlier notification, okay? It is reiterated that communication is mandatory on part of every cost accountant in case he accepts the position of a cost accountant previously held by another cost accountant in practice as per the following prescribed format. The format is also given to you. If you violate these terms, then you will be subject to part 1 schedule 1 of the Cost and Works Accounting Act, which is the professional misconduct, one of the most important chapters of CMA final cost audit. So how's the letter to be drafted? Letter to be drafted as under to the old cost auditor, okay, or the previous cost auditor. I have been approached by Messrs, the name of the company, to conduct cost audit in relation to the products so and so located for the year so and so. I understand that you were the cost auditor immediately prior to this offer. Accordingly, I hereby communicate to you, or we accept the said appointment. Request you to provide feedback on this matter. We will ask for feedback on this matter. This communication is being addressed to you according to the professional misconduct so and so rule. Okay. So this is the format of the courtesy letter which you should mandatorily. Which the old cost auditor should mandatorily communicate with the new cost. The new cost auditor must mandatorily communicate with the old cost auditor. So this is first update which is regarding to this notification. And second important update, guys, there is a circular which has been released by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. And yes, the controversy behind the name of our institute is now resolved, has come to an end. So guys, let me tell you a brief background about the controversy, then I'll come to the circular. Okay. Now, earlier the name of the institute was Institute of Cost and Works Accountants of India. So the abbreviation was ICMAI. Subsequently the name was changed to Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of India. So the abbreviation was ICMAI. Subsequently there was another name change. The name was changed to Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So the abbreviation was ICAI. And the third instance, when the abbreviation was ICAI, then the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, who have the same acronym, they approached Delhi High Court. They filed a case before Delhi High Court that this abbreviation, which is ICAI, must be necessarily used by us. Otherwise, there will be a lot of confusion. Okay. So Delhi High Court, in their wisdom, ordered the Institute of Cost Accountants of India that yes, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is right. They can only use ICAI. So you must not use ICAI as your acronym. So now the institute has, our Institute of Cost Accountants of India have released this communication that now from going forward, with immediate effect, we should use acronym as ICMAI and not ICAI. We cannot use ICAI. We have to use ICMAI. Okay. In compliance with the Council of Institute in 344th meeting decided to use acronym ICMAI for Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So every other reference to the name must be changed according to this particular notification. Yes, now finally the name has been finalized. It's Institute of Cost Accountants of India and the acronym is ICMAI. So while you are also putting your social media updates, while you are also putting your social media accounts, please remember that you should write, so whatever level you are, CMA Finalist or CMA Intermediate, or if you're writing Intermediate, comma, ICAI, don't write ICI, write ICMAI. ICMAI is the abbreviation which you should use, that is the circular. So yes, two important updates. First update was important from an exam standpoint also, because a question can come in the examination regarding this professional misconduct, and I'm very, very sure that the examiner will definitely touch base upon this misconduct, because it has recently come up in the process of misconduct. So the examiner might touch base upon this. So please beware, especially the final students who are giving group 4. Okay, for them it is a very, very important update. You should take care of this, and yes, you should read this circular and read the format also, so that you are aware about what is to be written in the exam. So yes guys, that's all about these two updates which I want to give you. So that's all for this particular small vlog. We'll be meeting again, and I'll be coming up with more such interesting vlogs. And yes guys, marathon of cost and management is going on for CMA final students daily in the evening on this channel, YouTube live at 9 PM. So please join that marathon. Marathon of DT and IDT has already been recorded, has been posted on the channel. Please make most use of the marathons. And yes, till the examination, now since time is left, time left is very, very less, guys, please buck up, please pull up your socks. Don't leave any stone unturned. Don't leave any any default in your studies. Just make your studies absolutely perfect. Just make your studies absolutely relentless. Fill every minute, every second of the day with efforts, with hard work. Don't get digressed with social media and etc kind of things. And yes, success will be all yours. So yes, on that positive note, all the very best and happy studying. Bye bye.